This is ABC 7 News at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Beth Jones.
And I'm Peter Dubois. Well, first tonight, today is Black Balloon Day. It's a somber day that remembers those lost to opioid addiction.
Members of Peer-to-Peer Recovery Center marked the occasion in a unique way. Our Matthew Jaroncic has that story.
Someone brought the day to my attention, and it was like 5 o'clock in the morning, and I just thought, okay, we've got to do something. And I just thought, okay, I'm going to walk from Millinocket to Medway.
Alongside Peer-to-Peer's executive director Ginger Collins, the two commemorated Black Balloon Day with a 9-mile walk carrying black balloons.
Today is Black Balloon Day, and that is to bring awareness to the opioid epidemic and overdose deaths.
Black balloons were strung along downtown Millinocket in the teens' path to remember those whose lives were lost due to the opioid epidemic. According to a recent report from the Attorney General's office, there were a total of 10,110 total overdoses in the state of Maine from January to December 2022. Collins says this walk is a great way to reinforce this ongoing crisis at hand.
I thought it was a super idea. It's out of the box. It's what needs to be done to get recovery out of the box. You got to think out of the box and do things that will attract.
The Black Balloon Day Walk started at the Veterans Memorial Park in Millinocket and ended at the Peer-to-Peer Recovery Center in Medway. Ginger and Alice say the community makes these 9 miles worth every single step.
The response has been great. We've gone in, we've talked to people, we've introduced ourselves, we've given them brochures and our meeting schedules, and so they've been really open to talking to us this morning.
Members of the community honked their horns and waved as the duo endured the tough conditions and pressed on. The wave of support the two received is why Collins says she is thankful for the work she does.
It gives us a great enthusiasm to go back and to continue doing the hard work. But the reward is to see a person go from the throes of addiction to recovery, and there's nothing more beautiful than that, and that sustains us.
In Millinocket, Matthew Jaroncic reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
In other news tonight, a Massachusetts man is dead following a multi-snowmobile crash in Aroostook County over the weekend. The Maine Warden Service says the crash happened on Saturday afternoon shortly after 2 p.m. and it involved 3 snowmobiles. They say 57-year-old Daryl Sittler of Chelmsford, Massachusetts was traveling north on snowmobile trail ITS 85 in Oxbow, followed by his wife, who was driving on her own snowmobile. 3 other snowmobilers were traveling south towards Sittler. Sittler and 2 other snowmobilers collided near the crest of a rise in the trail. He passed away at the scene. One of the other riders was treated for a hand injury at a local hospital and later released. The Maine Warden Service says they continue to investigate that crash.
Well, Penquist is being awarded funding to help the survivors of human trafficking with access to housing. The grant for more than $615,000 comes from the U.S. Department of Justice. A statement says the grant will enable survivors to obtain stable housing and have access to resources that support safety, self-sufficiency, autonomy, and well-being. The services will be offered in Penobscot and Piscataquis counties. More than 150 survivors of human trafficking and 200 of their family members were served in the Greater Bangor region in 2021.
The legislature's Taxation Committee has approved a measure that would create a sales tax exemption for children's diapers. The bill, sponsored by Kelly Noonan Murphy of Scarborough, was amended to include children's diapers accessories like pins and covers. It does not cover adult diapers. 22 states do not tax diapers. Maine is currently the only state in New England that does. If the bill becomes law, diapers would not be subject to sales tax starting in 2024. It will move to the full legislature for consideration in the coming weeks.
In other news tonight, a local town is asking the state for some much-needed repairs to one of its main roads. Our Devin Dagnall spoke with officials about the work that needs to be done.
The Maine DOT recently released a 3-year work plan for all the roads it plans on repairing and updating in the near future. In response, the town of Skowhegan sent a letter to the Maine DOT asking the organization to reconsider its current list and prioritize Route 201, also known as Madison Avenue.
I believe that Madison Ave should be on the list.
According to the town's road commissioner, Jason Finley, officials are frustrated because before the list was published, they were under the impression that the road would be repaired this year, if not the next. The letter states that the road is in terrible condition and falling apart, and although the town's highway department is doing what it can to patch it up, it's just too much for them to take care of. Finley says the town has already done several $1,000s worth of repair to the road this year.
We've put 3 loads of coal patch on just Madison Ave this year, and we're out there 3-4 times a week on the weekends and everything, putting out coal patch, and most of my man hours in the winter are on Madison Ave.
According to Finley, residents of the town are constantly calling his office to complain about the condition of the road, with some even saying they have blown tires because of the potholes.
Basically, all you do is call them, you answer the phone call and you apologize and say you're sorry and tell them we'll be able to fix them. Now we've been giving out DOT's number and telling them to call them to help us with the problem, because we really need their help to get this done.
We reached out to the Maine DOT for a comment on the situation, but no one was available to speak at this time. In Skowhegan, Devin Dagnall, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Hospice care can help people live their final days, weeks, or months to the fullest. I spoke with a widow and a hospice caregiver whose real-life experiences shed some light on some of the common misconceptions about end-of-life care.
We literally had just had our 30th anniversary, and it was a couple of days before, and she woke up in the night, and we thought maybe it was appendicitis.
Steve Hansen's wife, Diane, was diagnosed with ovarian cancer in 2015. The cancer spread multiple times over the next several years, prompting her to make the hard decision to end treatment.
She eventually got tired of being, sick from chemo, sick from medicines.
The Hansens spent the next year traveling and making memories together. But as Diane's health continued to decline, hospice care became part of the conversation.
There was a real negative connotation in her mind of having hospice, but in fact the opposite was true. She didn't want to call hospice because she was under the impression that with hospice, once they came, that was it, you were dying.
Tricia Kluke, a Northern Light home care and hospice social worker, helped correct that misconception.
A lot of people feel like when hospice comes in, that means I'm going to die quicker. And the studies show people that have hospice with the same disease actually live longer because they're living better.
It was more her because she kind of felt, I think, like that she was giving up once we called hospice. But the truth of it was, I think they actually bought us more time. But with hospice, we had an advocate that could actually call a doctor right away and say, I'm here, this is what I'm seeing, this is what the patient's dealing with. And that got handled. It didn't become a days-long process. It became a today or tomorrow process.
Kluke says hospice care is multifaceted, taking into account all aspects of a patient's health.
Hospice is more than just physical care. It's emotional care, it's compassionate care, it's spiritual care, it's looking at you holistically.
She says although dying is incredibly difficult to talk about, it's never too early to have that conversation.
And so hospice isn't about giving up, it's about taking your life back, because now your days are your own to spend doing what you want to do. Going out for a ride, getting ice cream with your grandchildren, going to see a play, going on a vacation.
The one thing I would say to anybody, and I've said to people, is don't wait until you're literally in the worst of it. You can get them in there and it could be easier, and for everybody, it got a lot better.
And Kluke told me that almost every insurance company covers 100% of the cost of hospice care. So if you or someone you know is considering starting that conversation, you can find more information and resources at northernlighthealth.org. Definitely a good place to start.
Well, and your story was so compelling, and it's really important to have that firsthand voice of someone who had that misconception about hospice care and what it would mean, and then what it actually did for them. It's so important to shed light on that because there is that misconception.
And I went into both of those conversations with my own misconceptions about hospice care, so it was definitely a learning experience speaking with both of them. And I'm really grateful that they were both so open to talking with me as well.
Wonderful story. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All righty. Well, let's turn things over, get a first check of our forecast, and see what's coming weather-wise.
All right, Beth and Peter, happy Monday. Your first weather is brought to you by Kings Mountain RC. And yes, a very windy day. Check out these wind gusts we had today here in Bangor. 60 miles per hour. Plymouth, same story. So a very windy day. They're coming down now, but slowly. It's going to rattle your windows for a few more hours tonight into early parts of tomorrow. Temperatures, though, hanging out in the upper 30s again. 35 Millinocket, 39 for Bangor, 40 for Bar Harbor. We'll do it all over again tomorrow. We're going to melt some snow as we have temperatures up near 40. Okay, some light flurries out there now, even a few areas of cloud cover, too. Will not be a big deal tonight. Their bigger deal is the wind out there today. That's going to push off this way, though. This next one, though, is behind it. That's going to bring us some light snow and flurries tomorrow night into early parts of Wednesday. Again, maybe a 1 or a 2-inch snowfall. That will not be a big mess for us. Our forecast then tonight, though, is cloudy skies, still breezy out there. There could be a flurry, too, with low temperatures in the 20s. Your full forecast is coming up. Beth and Peter.
Already coming up on ABC 7 News at 6, we'll take you to a maple tree tap at the Blaine House.
And we'll have a story on a Quebec woman doing her part to save dogs and give them a second chance. We'll have those stories and much more after this short break.
I really enjoy helping people and watching them grow. I joined Sweetser over 10 years ago as an independent affiliate and have helped countless clients reach their goals. Sweetser provides me an opportunity to help my clients without all the headaches like billing and referrals, things related to actually running a private practice. They take the administrative stress away so I can carry out my true passion. If you are a licensed social worker or therapist, Sweetser's affiliate network is for you.
When you're ready to tackle your next building project, depend on the knowledge and experience of Hammond Lumber Company. Hammond's Home Planning Center will turn your ideas into accurate conceptual drawings, and 3D visualization is available. Your Hammond sales rep will prepare a materials list and cost estimate. And when you buy all of your materials from them, Hammond will refund all of your design fees. Hammond can deliver your order from any of their 22 locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner since 1953.
At Living Innovations, we build community. You can be a part of it. We put supporting people first, and that builds a caring community within our workforce and for the people we serve. Living Innovations supports people with disabilities and has flexible work opportunities available. You could become a shared living provider and work from home, or help support people to be active in the community. To learn more, visit livinginnovations.com and check out our employment and home provider opportunities. Become a part of Living Innovations and be part of a community with a purpose.
For the best selection in classic and contemporary furnishings, stop by Richard Parks Furniture on High Street in Ellsworth. Handcrafted New England-made bedrooms and dining rooms, imported Scandinavian recliners and upholstery, more than 40 lines of furniture for the home and patio. Richard Parks Furniture is your #1 stop for quality, functionality, and well-designed furniture at affordable prices. Richard Parks Furniture.
Discover Richard Parks.
132 High Street in Ellsworth.
Discover Richard.
The industry-first 2-in-1 removable agitator from Whirlpool gives you 2 ways to wash. Jeans, in. Sweaters, out. Towels, in. Comforters, out. You decide. Whirlpool.
Key Appliance, we hold the key to savings.
Every night is pizza night at Dragonfire Pizza. From wings, salads, and sides to our specialty wood-fired pizzas. You'll find everything you need to satisfy any craving by the slice or by the pie. A little slice of heaven is waiting for you at Dragonfire Pizza, Mill Mall, Ellsworth.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back. In celebration of pure Maine maple, Governor Mills hosted a maple tree tap on the lawn of the Blaine House in Augusta. Ahead of Maine Maple Sunday, the governor partnered with the Maine Maple Producers Association president Lyle Merrifield. The event promoted the growing maple production industry here in Maine ahead of the 40th annual Maine Maple Sunday, which kicks off March 26th.
A large commodity for the agricultural, and it's just getting larger all the time. There's more producers coming on board, and Maine is getting more recognized as a maple producing state. Oh, if they haven't been out to Maple Sunday, they've been living under a rock. They need to get out and visit Maple Sunday and visit a farm.
It is a good time, I do agree, and you can visit MaineMapleProducers.com to find maps of farms to visit for a full day of family fun on Maine Maple Sunday. Yum.
Meanwhile, a woman in Quebec is saving lives. Jenny Cope operates Give a Dog a Home Rescue. It's a nonprofit that strives to do just that. And as Jody Hersey tells us, it's a one-woman operation that could use some volunteers to ensure that more dogs get a second lease on life.
We save dogs from the kill shelters in the south. We also save them from the meat trade. We've saved dogs and cats from Afghanistan, from the war zone before that closed down. And we've saved dogs from, we've just got 12 in from the Bahamas.
Jenny Cope is passionate about dogs. After serving in the British Army, she moved to the States and adopted 2 German Shepherds. Then in 2015, she bought a home in Quebec for herself and her nonprofit Give a Dog a Home Rescue.
The adoptions throughout the United States has plummeted big time. They're back to killing a lot of dogs and cats in the South because people are not adopting.
Cope currently has 18 dogs at her rescue, and she's expecting another dozen or more at the end of the month.
We have a doggy day out program, Let's Go for a Walk it's called, where people can come and basically sign a dog out, and you take it out for a drive, take it for a walk, pajama party, an overnight weekend.
She's not looking to convince people who can't afford a pet to adopt, but rather come by and help socialize the animals.
It's a two-way thing. Humans can give the rescue dogs that love and attention, a bit of training, the socialization to help them. And obviously the dogs can give back with their kisses and the cuddles.
Last year, Cope opened a pet pantry at Give a Dog a Home Rescue to help those in her community, including first responders.
Currently serving police, fire, ambulance can sign up and get free dog and cat food.
The work can often feel overwhelming, but Cope says at the end of the day, it's all worth it.
How do you stop? You know, because they need you. The good feeling and the good that you do outweighs the difficult times.
In Quebec, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
And I dare say it's not safe to let you or I in there because,
seriously.
We'd be coming out with a couple dogs.
Yeah, I mean, just some beautiful pups there.
Yeah.
I love her mission, too. You know, it's like a mini foster. You can just give that dog that special day and the attention that it deserves.
Yeah.
And like she said, in return, you know, dogs have a lot of love to give, too.
Well, and a little training and a little socialization can go a long way to making a dog more adoptable. And that's the ultimate goal, of course. Mm-hmm. So why not do it if you can?
Yeah.
Alrighty, well, still to come on ABC 7 News at 6, we'll hear from some Mainers who just got back in town from volunteering in Guatemala.
And in sports, Tyler Cruz is live from the Cross Insurance Center. Stay tuned.
Buying a home is a big family experience. It is our dream home. Credit union is more like a partner, whether it's your home or whether it's in business. You get mommy? They're local, they're small, they want to take care of their customers just as much as they can. Pretty good feeling to have your local credit union backing you up.
Did you know that it's possible to buy the wrong type of flooring for your home? Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or a professional contractor, the experts at Don DeKalb Mainwood Floors are here to help, offering solid pro advice from choosing the right material and color to installation. Don DeKalb features the highest quality hardwood flooring sourced from lumber right here in Maine, from Maine traditions. Not only will you get a floor you'll love, you'll get a floor that will last. Don DeKalb Mainwood Floors, buy from the best, forget the rest.
Start your outdoor adventures in Orono this weekend. The Eastern Maine Sportsman Show is back, Friday through Sunday at the University of Maine Fieldhouse. This show is for everyone who loves the great outdoors, even kids like me. Fishing, hunting, or camping, it's all here. See boats, docks, and fishing lures. The displays are really cool. You can shoot a bow and arrow or watch dogs jump in the pool. Find more info online. Come to the Eastern Maine Sportsman Show this weekend. Then get outdoors with your family.
Bucksport Regional Health Center has cared for the community for almost 50 years. We are trusted and compassionate providers. We have also given thousands of COVID-19 vaccines because the COVID-19 vaccine is very safe, very effective, and your best shot at protecting yourself from COVID. Trust us. Trust the vaccine. Protect yourself. Take your shot against COVID-19.
And remember, no line safe to touch, ever.
For years I've warned you that no power lines were safe to touch ever. But the politicians behind Pine Tree Power weren't listening. They want a government takeover of our power grid. And with a cost of $13.5 billion, we're going to be on the hook for that. It could mean higher taxes or cuts to critical services we use every day. Pine Tree Power is a risk Mainers can't afford, ever.
As a child, you just couldn't keep me out of the puddles. That's where the acorn essentially was planted. As we got started, we had nothing in the bank. We were cash poor. Now it's just a one-man show. The support of my credit union, starting the business, the banking advice, and you can call them and they're there for you. That's tremendous. It's been a great asset for me and for my company's growth. It's really an exciting time, and my credit union made that possible.
Put a little more cash in your bank. Save money with half-off deals at foxbangor.com.
Welcome back into the Cross Insurance Center State Championship Monday here. Class D in Bangor, Class AA is down in Portland. Behind me, it's Southern Aroostook and Seacoast Christian battling for the Class D girls gold ball. We will get to that in a second. First, the news of the day. The MPA's classification committee met Monday morning and they approved a reclassification proposal for next year's basketball season. The committee will hear appeals on March 16th, but they don't expect changes prior to this becoming official. Class AA will now be a statewide class with schools of enrollment of 825 and up in Class AA. Class A will be schools with enrollment of 585 to 824, so Hamden Academy back in Class A. Class B is 315 to 584. Class C starts at 130, caps at 314, and then everything below 129 students enrolled will be Class D. That's a North and South region. So that is for next year. This year, we still have 4 classes to give out their gold balls. Like I said, Class D girls gold ball game going on behind me. Southern Aroostook leads 15-9 right now. They are looking for their 4th title in the last 5 years. They have been to every single Class D girls gold ball game since 2018, with their only loss coming in 2020. And then right after this, Southern Aroostook boys will tip. They're looking to complete the sweep for the 2nd year in a row. And for the 2nd year in a row, the Warriors will be playing Forest Hill. Last year, Forest Hill's Mason Desjardins scored a jillion points or something like that, kept them in the game the whole way, but the Warriors were the ones to come out on top. That should be an exciting one there. And then down in Portland, you have Portland and South Portland going at it for the Class AA boys gold ball, and then you have Gorham and Oxford Hills for the Class AA girls gold ball. That'll do it for Monday's state championship games, and then we have more of those coming up on Tuesday, with then hockey on Wednesday. It's going to be a busy week up here. Tuesday you have Class B state championships. Those are in Portland. Class C will be here in Bangor. Tuesday wraps up all of our basketball coverage, but then, like I said, still more to go with hockey. For now, I am going to get to this game, 15-9 right now. Still Southern Aroostook with the ball. It is towards the end of the first quarter. We'll have these highlights and more tonight at 10 and 11, but that'll do it for now. Here is Jeff Weller with your full 5-day forecast. Jeff?
Tyler, thank you. Your full weather is brought to you by Key Appliance. Sales and service for major brands including GE, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Speed Queen, and more. We hold the key to savings. And all right, so just a friendly reminder, this is the week on Saturday night into Sunday morning where our clocks go forward again as we spring forward. Getting into March here, as you know. And look at today, though. A very windy day across our region with wind gusts near 60 miles per hour in Bangor and Plymouth. This will move garbage cans down the street for sure. These are beginning to pull back, though, now. Will be way less windy across our area tomorrow. But still, out there right now, wind gusts near 40 miles per hour. It's going to rattle your windows tonight into tomorrow morning before it completely goes away throughout the afternoon tomorrow. All right, so the sun angle, though, is changing. The sun feels warmer if we can get some sun, and there will be a bit more sun in our forecast, not tomorrow, but getting into Wednesday into Thursday, as we do have those nicer days on the way for us. Okay, but for right now, lots of clouds out there and also some flurries across parts of the area. It was a mostly cloudy day today, of course, but this is going to pull off to the east of us this evening, and then behind it, there's another one. So we'll get a break for a little bit, but increasing clouds quickly tomorrow morning, and this system isn't really meaning much at all, but it will bring increased cloud cover tomorrow, and then also a few areas of some light rain or some light snow and flurries. It will not be a big deal. If the snow begins to pile, it could be like an inch of snow at best tomorrow, if that. Okay, walking forward, though, temperature-wise, looking pretty good. And also, for precipitation-wise, here's tonight, 9 o'clock or so, looking at mostly cloudy skies. For tomorrow, a couple of flurries around, maybe a sprinkle in the air, not a big deal. And same thing for tomorrow night into early parts of Wednesday as well. And then a nice day for us on Wednesday into Thursday. If you want to count the snowflakes, you can go ahead and do that. But here we go. Most areas less than an inch of snow between tomorrow morning and Wednesday morning. Again, this will not be a big travel disrupting event across our neck of the woods. All right, temperatures today, though, almost hit 40 here in Bangor, 39, 40 for Bar Harbor, 35 Millinocket. We are melting snow and making lots of puddles out there, but anything wet's going to likely refreeze tonight with those low temperatures hanging out in the 20s. All right, our forecast tonight, though, is scattered light snow flurries. It's not going to be a big deal at all. Look for low temperatures in the 20s, so all the slushy spots out there are going to refreeze this evening with a gusty northwest wind that could gust near 30 overnight tonight. For tomorrow, all right, so some light drizzle, a couple flurries in there, overall cloudy. Again, if you get us some snow, maybe an inch of snow at best, with high temperatures near 36 again, with that north breeze around 5 to 10. And then looking ahead, your 5-day forecast shows that chance for some rain and some snow tomorrow. But then look what happens Wednesday. Some sunshine's back in the forecast. We earned that with a high of 43. Thursday, 40. We're going to melt some snow. Friday is nice as well. And right now, I'm telling you, the weekend looks really nice with some sunshine and temperatures hanging out near 40. Beth and Peter?
All right, so a little preview of what's to come there.
Indeed, it's looking pretty good, actually, for most of the week.
It really is.
All righty, well, there's still more to come after the break. Stay with us.
Tonight's Dock Report is brought to you by Maine Valve, with more than 30 years of experience across the state of Maine, providing top-quality real estate services.
There's no stopping a Mainer with a college education. If you feel left out, pick up the phone now and talk to someone from Maine's public universities, where every adult gets a student success coach who can tear down the barriers to a college education and put you on the path to a better paying job. Want to join us? Contact Maine's public universities today. Your success coach is waiting.
Looking to haul a new piece of equipment? Homeowners or commercial, Coops Truck and Equipment has the right trailer for you. Coops is the largest dealer of truck flatbeds and hauler bodies in this state and can replace any old rusty bed or outfit any new truck. Our full service facility can modify all truck and trailers with steel and aluminum fabricators on duty. We are your go-to place for CM truck bodies, H&H trailers, and load trail trailers. For trailers, truck bodies, truck outfitting, and more, it's Coops.
With AAA Insurance, by bundling our home and auto policies, we saved over $450.
And we were shocked at the savings.
When we switched to AAA auto insurance and bundled our policies, we were able to save over $400 every year.
Switch to AAA Insurance today, and you could save an average of $483 on auto insurance. Compare that to State Farm, Geico, even Allstate. Call now for your free AAA full picture quote to find out how much you could save.
Well, my passion is hang gliding. I've been doing it for over 30 years, and it's like flying. I mean, it's like everything you always dreamed about. AAA Insurance helps us save more.
And do more.
The savings from AAA Insurance has allowed me to pursue my passion of making jewelry. It's great to have a little bit of extra cash to do something that you love.
To find out how much you could save by switching to AAA Insurance, call 866-460-1310 for your free AAA full picture quote today. You'll be glad you did.
We really had our hands full with our 2-year-old.
So naturally, we doubled down with a new puppy.
Thankfully, we also have Tide Ultra Oxy with odor eliminators. Between stains and odors, it can handle double trouble.
For the #1 stain fighter and odor remover, it's got to be Tide.
This week, Ukraine's plea for more military aid as the country emerges from a brutal winter. The U.S. vowing to pursue Russian war criminals. More Americans turn to the most watched program on television. World News Tonight with David Muir.
Well, Mainers that just returned from a work and witness trip to Guatemala say they are still living in the afterglow of their experience. A total of 16 volunteers from the Bangor Church of the Nazarene and other churches in the state teamed up to bring school supplies and dental hygiene products to the Nazarene Church in Guatemala. While they were there, the team also helped build a second story and roof on one of the churches. The volunteers shared their week-long experience and all the miracles they witnessed while in Central America with those who attended the church service at the Bangor Nazarene this past Sunday.
It's important for us to share the love of Christ, the love of God, with those that we serve. And the best way to do that is to meet the needs of others.
Chris Kelly says you do not have to be a member of the church to volunteer for one of those trips. Sounds like a fantastic experience and a great way to give back even beyond our immediate area.
Absolutely. Yeah, and travel always broadens the mind too. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, it's amazing to be able to take trips like that.
Alrighty. Well, that sounds like an opportunity for anybody who wants to step up and do it.
It really does.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for us, folks. From everybody here at ABC7, take care and have a great rest of your night.
Good night, everyone.